What's going on, Laker fans? My name is Noel Sanchez. You can follow me at Noise by Noel on Instagram and TikTok. And welcome to the Lakers 248 channel. Man, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. It's been a rough couple weeks ever since Summer League ended, and we haven't been able to watch our guys over in the purple and golds. But do not worry. We have to stick together right now before the next couple months when the Lakers kick off their preseason. And today, I'm gonna be coming at you guys with some of the 3 biggest X factors for the upcoming season. We have a lot of exciting topics surrounding the Lake Show to talk about today, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and smash that notification bell so you can stay updated with all the latest videos that we're going to be dropping over these next couple of months. It was quite the active offseason for the Lakers, and they made sure to make good on Rob Pelinka's promise to not just make marginal additions all around, but also keep their main core that they were able to use to get to the Western Conference Finals last season. So coming in hot at number 1, everybody has to be quite excited to see how Austin Reaves is going to take a potential year 3 leap. He just got paid 4 years, $53 million, and after these past few seasons where he was able to go from an undrafted prospect all the way up to the legit third scoring option behind LeBron James and Anthony Davis, the hype behind him is now real. He's starting to get respect from all around the league, whether it be coaches, superstars, and even the most harsh critics in all of basketball. Just taking a look at his stats from the 2023 regular season all the way going into the playoffs, there is a clear difference. He scored 13 points per game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, on 40% from 3 and 52% from the field over 64 games. Now, those are quite solid numbers, but we have to consider that he had a very interesting roster around him. He had Russell Westbrook, Patrick Beverley. He was playing alongside those guys, sometimes even going to the power forward spot whenever the Lakers needed him to, and it was just very dysfunctional. However, when the 2023 trade deadline occurred and the Lakers were able to get a much better roster around them, it was clear that he was able to thrive and really go to the next level once the playoffs rolled around and their chemistry was at an all-time high. And the numbers actually show it. He scored 17 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, all on 44% from 3, 46% from the field, over 16 playoff games. And even though the Lakers lost in 4 games to the Denver Nuggets, he was shining in that series as well and showed that he was made for the moment. The only time that he actually looked like he was slowing down and struggling a little bit was at the beginning of the second round against the Golden State Warriors. And he even admitted recently on the All the Smoke podcast that he was exhausted from chasing Stephen Curry around, and he really needs to just adjust to gain his legs under him on the offensive end. So therefore, I think it's going to be really interesting, especially when you factor in that Jovan Buha of The Athletic revealed that Austin Reaves is going to be looked at to take on more point guard duties. And I'm really hoping that alongside him, Max Christie will be able to take a leap, and they will be able to close out certain games that the Lakers need them to stay able to have a lot of size on the court, and Reaves is going to step into that leadership role, seeing that he is 25 years old, and he is much more mature than your average third-year player in the NBA. A couple questions that I have for Reaves have to be, will his numbers hold up with some new depth around him? Obviously, he averaged around 17 points in the postseason when the Lakers need him to score a lot, but seeing all the options that the Lakers are going to have this year and everybody is going to want to be getting their own, I'm hoping that he averages at least around 15 points and 5 assists. I think that's going to be his sweet spot. He's going to get plenty of opportunities to get ISO possessions, and he's going to be able to go in the pick and roll with a lot of their big men. However, I don't think he's going to be a shot chucker. That just isn't his game. They're going to defer to him when LeBron James and AD get tired, but seeing that they're going to have guys like Taurean Prince, Cam Reddish, and so many other scorers on the court at times, he's going to be able to work on his playmaking a lot as well, and we're going to see a whole different side of him. And it makes a lot of sense why rival Western Conference teams such as the San Antonio Spurs and the Houston Rockets were looking to break the bank at first when it came to Reaves. However, the Lakers were very smart, and they made sure to put it out there that they were going to match any contract going up to $100 million. And unlike all the other players on the Los Angeles Lakers right now, we're actually able to watch Austin Reaves play this summer at the moment because he was suiting up for Team USA during the 2023 FIBA World Cup, and he is playing alongside the likes of Anthony Edwards, Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson, and so many other of the premier young stars in the NBA. And even though they have only participated in 1 scrimmage so far, Reaves was able to score 9 points, get around 4 rebounds and 3 assists, and he looks super comfortable out there with so much young talent on the court. And head coach Steve Kerr has been raving about his basketball IQ and his commitment to both ends of the floor. And seeing that Steve Kerr is one of the most successful coaches and players of all time, there are not many other people that you're going to want praise from like that. So yeah, number 1, I really want to see how Austin Reaves is going to take a leap in year 3. I think if the Lakers really want to win a championship, he is definitely going to have to continue what he does, but he's going to have to adjust when so many other teams are going to be game planning against him now. He has a signature shoe, he has a big contract, and he has all the noise around him in one of the biggest markets in the entire world. So let's see how he responds. And that leads me right into my next point, seeing that Reaves was a premier priority in 2023 free agency for the Lakers, but also Rob Pelinka was able to help get their wing depth to an insane level. Lengthy wings have been a very important need for the Los Angeles Lakers over the past few seasons, and they even went to the likes of Stanley Johnson on 10-day contracts just so they would be able to have different options at the forward position. However, taking a look at their haul and their roster right now at that position, it's exciting to see, seeing that they were able to land Taurean Prince and Cam Reddish, and they already got Jared Vanderbilt and Rui Hachimura at the 2023 trade deadline. LeBron James now has so many options to play alongside him at those forward slots, and they all have size and length. Considering that the Lakers also did an excellent job in the 2023 draft, and in the second round, they were able to trade up and get Maxwell Lewis out of Pepperdine, who is also a bouncy and athletic wing in his own regard. So do not worry about the future. He's going to be playing in the G League and getting ready to develop in his own right. However, even though I do see this wing depth as a major X factor for the Lakers, and I think if it all works out, they're going to be one of the scariest teams in the league, I think Darvin Ham is going to need to figure out the proper rotations, and he's going to need to see, based on whoever they're going up against, are you going to start Rui Hachimura or are you going to start Jared Vanderbilt? Because we saw the best of both worlds from them after the 2023 trade deadline, but we also saw times when they would struggle and they would have to get played off the court. In Rui's case, when he first got to LA, he was a little timid, he wasn't playing very aggressive, and his numbers just weren't looking all that well. He was being hyped up as one of the best corner three-point shooters in the league. However, those numbers dwindled down immediately in the regular season, and Darvin Ham eventually started pulling him out of certain games and sent a clear message to him. If he wanted playing time in the playoffs, he was going to have to defend hard and be able to hit open shots. However, we all know what happened once the playoff rolled around. He became a whole new man, and he was killing it off the bench, putting up records that we hadn't seen since Kobe Bryant. And we definitely would not have made it to the Western Conference Finals without him. However, in Jared Vanderbilt's case, it was the complete opposite, how he was a menace on defense, and he was able to bring energy right off the bat alongside with newcomer and old friend D'Angelo Russell. Big comeback game against the Dallas Mavericks. Vanderbilt was key as he was able to get a number of steals. Even when LeBron James went down, he made sure to bring a lot of energy and help out the Lakers. There are highlights all around the internet that you go take a look at where Vanderbilt is just chasing Stephen Curry around screens as well in the second round of the playoffs, and he was able to shut him down in numerous games as well. In Vando's case, it's very interesting because Rui already got paid, but Vanderbilt returned to the Lakers on a very cheap $4 million team option. So therefore, he is going to need to bank his own contract on whether he can shoot 35% from three or around there. If he is still a liability as the season goes on, he's going to lose quite a bit of money. However, he has been working with Phil Hensey the entire summer, and Laker fans should be quite excited. Now, Taurean Prince, this is not someone that you're going to go around winning lunch debates saying that he's on your team and that he's going to take you over the top. However, real basketball fans know that you want someone like him when the playoffs roll around and you want him closing out games. Because in his 7 seasons in the NBA, he has only shot under 35% from three in 2 of them, and he has become a player that can guard multiple positions. He is a very good presence in the locker room, and he brings a lot of versatility to a team like the Lakers. He has always been able to plug in no matter what roster is around him, no matter what head coach is coaching him, and he just sticks to himself. Even though Laker fans have had a very bad experience with the number of elite shooters coming their way and just forgetting how to shoot at an efficient level, I think Prince is going to be one of those examples where he is going to be able to adapt to this environment, seeing that he has become a bit of a journeyman as of late, and not everybody is able to just come in with the Lakers. So I think he's going to want to prove that he is worth his money, and he's going to want to stick around with LA and help them get to the promised lands. And Cam Reddish, man, this is the odd man out in most of the roster projections that I have looked at. Experts are not thinking that he is going to be able to crack the rotation very much just because he was hyped as a scorer coming out of college, coming out as one of the best high school players that we've ever seen. However, he hasn't been able to score much over 10 points a game. He hasn't really shot efficient from the three ball, and that is what he was hyped up to be. Everybody was expecting him to be around like a Paul George level or even just a 3-and-D player coming out of college. However, he has been with the Atlanta Hawks. He's been with the Portland Trail Blazers. He's also been with the New York Knicks, and he hasn't been able to fit in with any of them. He was a key part in that 2021 run to the Eastern Conference Finals with the Hawks. However, they decided that he wasn't a key part of their future. Then he went over to the Knicks, where we all know how Tom Thibodeau is going to butt heads with you if you're not bought into his hardworking regimen. And there have been reports that Cam views himself as a star in this league, even though he hasn't proven it just yet. Then when he went over to the Portland Trail Blazers, I thought this was going to be a pretty nice fit, seeing that they were in an interesting situation where Dame was still there and they had Jeremy Grant. However, they still had a number of young stars on the way, such as Shaedon Sharpe and Anthony Simons. However, just like the Hawks, they didn't view him as a part of their future, and now that Dame is about to be traded out of there, they just wanted to give him a new home. But now that Reddish is going to be playing alongside stars that he never has, such as Anthony Davis and LeBron James, I think that they are going to be able to put him in check and really get the best out of him. It's important to remember that LA has been trying to get Reddish for the past couple of trade deadlines. They were always involved in rumors where they were trying to give up a second-round pick or they were trying to get in on a 3-team or 4-team deal, and now he is going to finally be here. And I don't think this is just for any reason. I don't think he's just going to be chilling on the bench. He might not get a lot of minutes off the jump, but when he gets in there, he needs to defend hard. That is going to be his bread and butter. There will be plenty of space when he gets in there, and LeBron is going to find him for open threes along with Austin Reaves and D'Angelo Russell. Just hitting them and buying in on defense, he's going to be just fine. And finally, guys, my third X factor for the Lakers 2023 to 2024 season is, will Jackson Hayes be a starter? Now that 15 roster spot is still up in the air, as Christian Wood is likely waiting for the Damian Lillard to the Miami Heat smoke to finally be over. And when the league is finally set and other free agents such as Wood are able to actually sign with teams and see how the league is looking, I think that's when he's going to make his decision if he's going to sign with the Lakers or go elsewhere. However, LA is very high on Jackson Hayes being able to start next to Anthony Davis, as they want AD to go back to his preferred power forward position, do so for the past couple of years. I think Hayes is very similar to JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard when they first came to the Lakers in terms of his physical attributes and his athleticism. However, his on-court impact has yet to be seen. Whenever he was on the court with the New Orleans Pelicans, he was kind of a net negative on both ends of the floor, seeing that he couldn't really stretch the floor. And even though he was able to chase down shots and he was able to protect the rim, he couldn't really switch onto any guards or wings, and he would get blown by most of the time. But if the Lakers do want this to work out, Anthony Davis is going to have to show that he can be elite from the three-point line once again, seeing that ever since the 2023 season where he shot 33% from deep, he hasn't been nowhere near the same. In 2021, he shot 26% from beyond the arc. And in 2022, 18%. And then this most recent season in 2023, it was at 25%. And all those are far beyond league averages. So therefore, if AD really wants to go back to that power forward position, he's going to have to prove that he is the threat from deep once again. And he's going to have to show that Jackson Hayes can handle it down low with him. I think that Wood makes a lot more sense to start if they are able to sign him, seeing that he is much more of a natural scorer than Hayes. And Hayes could bring a lot of energy off the bench along with some rim protection. And they'll also get him in the pick and roll with D'Lo and Gabe Vincent. Therefore, we're going to have to see how these weeks go on if Christian Wood decides to make a decision. It's been reported that the Lakers want to make a move sooner rather than later, so maybe they'll get fed up waiting for Wood and they'll go with Bismack Biyombo or someone else on the market, or even give a chance to one of their two-way players in Colin Castleton. That's going to do it for today, folks. Make sure you tap that like button. Once again, subscribe. You can go check out alllakers.com. We partner up with Sports Illustrated and Fan Nation, and we bring you guys the latest articles, the latest news every single day from myself and so many of our other writers. My name is Noel Sanchez. You can follow me at Noise by Noel. It's been a blast today being able to kick with you guys, being able to talk Lakers basketball, and we're going to be doing this for the weeks coming. Peace out. Yes, sir.